Hi, my fellow queens and lovely ladies. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this video. So first of all, as you can see, my whole decoration and setup has changed and I'm loving it so very much because this is actually so much more what is me. The other setup was because that's what I had, and now we've actually improved and I feel so much better now. This is me. So so I hope you like it too. And I actually have more room and it's much better. Anyway, so today's video is a touch up on my weight loss series. And if you're interested in that, and I sure hope you are, then just keep on watching. So today's video was inspired by one person and an event that took place about 1.5 weeks ago. So first of all, that event was that I was invited to speak to a group of women about my weight loss story, and that was actually amazing. And you know, if you go back to that video, I think it was the second video in my weight loss series that I had dedicated to Esther, who was my weight loss expert, who sort of accompanied me all those years of my weight loss. So she invited me to speak to that group and she organized the whole thing, and she was right there next to me because I was super excited and nervous. So anyway, so she's absolutely amazing and I love her. And Esther, I know you see this because she watches my videos. And thank you so much for this opportunity, because I felt in that moment so much that the secret to keep your weight is really to help others go there, to help others to reach that moment, so because she also said, she lost, I don't remember, like 15 or 17 kilos many years back, and she has kept it down because she started to help others and to reach out to others, and that is really key to keep the weight down. Just, in case you are in that place too, maybe you might want to consider doing that, because it really invites blessing into your life. So after that evening, when I spoke to that group of women, I sort of, I was thinking about, should I make a follow-up? Should I address this evening in another video? And then my very best friend turned to me a couple days ago and she said, she shared stuff that sort of confirmed to me that I want to do this video. Anyway, so let me just talk to you a little bit about that evening, my impressions that I got when I spoke to those women. Okay, first of all, I was super excited and super nervous, and it was so nice that we could just all basically sit down, and Esther was right next to me because I had to speak in Hebrew, and that was such a super challenge. And I think I would probably have done an evening like this before if it would not have been for my fear of speaking Hebrew. And actually, it was such a miracle because at the end of that evening, I asked the women in that room if it was okay, like my Hebrew. And because I had totally forgotten, was I speaking Hebrew? Was I speaking English? I didn't even pay attention to that anymore. And they said, of course, it was fine and everything. So Baruch Hashem, praise to God, really, because that was such a miracle for me. There was such a block in my head that I restricted myself to not do something like this because I was scared to speak in Hebrew and to make mistakes and to like publicly make stupid mistakes, language mistakes. So anyway, so I had a real miracle happening there, because really while I was speaking, I wasn't even thinking about the language. They were here, and there were a few words where Esther translated for me because I just couldn't remember the word in Hebrew, but it was just amazing. So that was setting me free, for the future. So miracles happen. So a lot of women and girls who are in that group there where I spoke to are already in a weight loss journey for a long time. And I so relate to that because I've been there, right? So I think that was perfect that I got to speak to them, because I told them I have done this for 4 years. My weight loss journey took me 4 years. Yes, I was pregnant twice in the middle, but and maybe it would not have had to take that long if I wouldn't have gotten pregnant, but Baruch Hashem, I have I have those kids now. But I just wanted to tell them, bottom line, that there is hope, and that the most important thing for me is that I want to pass on is stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Things like, I had a wedding this week, or there were so many weddings this season, and that's why I gained so many kilos, or I was pregnant, or I was nursing, or I was sad, or I was depressed. And I told them, what is the connection to food? Try to figure out why you think that when you have a wedding to go to, you need to eat excessive amounts. Or when you're sad, why do you feel like eating? You have to get to that point and heal that point inside of you. This thing that, oh, I go to a wedding, the food there is free. So let's just load up, or I don't know what it is for people that they think they have to do that. You know what I do when I go to a wedding? I eat before. I eat, I don't go hungry. And I have a healthy snack in my handbag. And when I don't find anything there that I can eat, with a good feeling, then I will just eat what I have in my handbag. And I will not get suckered into this whole thing. Oh, people are watching me and they see what I'm eating or that I'm not eating. It is your choice. At the end of the day, every single thing you put into your mouth is your choice, and nobody else can take this away from you or can make that decision for you. So those girls actually wanted to know then. I'm just saying girls because most of them were like teens, and I guess something like 17 till 30, and there were a few older ones also, a few older women, but when I say girls, like I mean all of them. So those girls wanted to know what my daily routine is, and I saw how the excitement left their faces because everybody always thinks there is some kind of magic formula that suddenly makes your problem go away, but there is no such thing. But you don't need to be scared. You just need to face it, and you just have to stop running away from your problems and from conquering it, because that you have to conquer it. You have to stand up. You have to be the queen. And they they then asked me, doesn't it bother you that you cannot eat donuts and you cannot eat this and that? And I said, no, it doesn't bother me. Those things don't speak to me anymore. They don't have power over me anymore. And I know that it's a very, very difficult concept to grasp for people, that you can actually go by a bakery and it doesn't bother you. You don't feel like you have to go in there and you have to buy something and you have to eat it right there. No, I it doesn't bother me. The thing is for me, and that's just a personal thing, is that I feel much better if I cut out these temptations completely. There are other people who are totally fine by just reducing it, just to say, okay, so I have one piece of chocolate per week or whatever. I'm just giving that as an example, and they are fine with it. I personally, I never felt that was good for me because it would never have stayed one piece or two pieces or whatever. It would have been, I don't know. Once I started, I felt like I can't stop. So that's why I made myself stop that completely. And I'm totally fine with that. I'm in a place of not being addicted to these things anymore. And I just want to encourage you to find your way out of this and to make it happen, because it's now or never. And I don't leave it till tomorrow. Don't leave it till tomorrow. Do it now. Start now. Make the change now. Make the decision now. That's the important thing, because you are in charge of your life. You are in charge of your body. So basically, that was then the point in the evening where I thought, okay, I've lost my audience because I couldn't give them that magic formula. I could not, there is no such thing. And I told them it is very hard work. And I went running, and I put everything into this, and I made it the single most important thing in my life in that lifespan where I had to get this done. And there is actually a song that every single time when I went running and I wore my headphones, that I listened and I blasted my brain out with that song. And that is actually the song from Bon Jovi. It's my life, it's now or never, and I was singing that like I was screaming that. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who met me on the way running there screaming like a banshee. But I needed that. I put all my frustration and all my anger and all my, you know all this being stuck and being so sad that I'm 30 whatever 7ish or whatever, how old I was back then, and I'm still in that place, and I want to get this done, and it's now or never, because it's not going to get easier the older you get, right? So I put all of that in that song and I screamed it at the top of my lungs. And yeah, I'm the crazy one. In case you saw me running through our neighborhood screaming, that was me. So, something concerning exercise, while we're already talking about it, that I really want to share with you is, I know it's hard to get off the couch, but that's what you have to do. And especially when you do not have the luxury of going in the morning and go running or walking or whatever, because it's much easier to get going in the morning. I did not have the luxury, so I had to do it in the evening. And it's super, super extra hard, because you basically, when your day is finishing off, basically you have to drag yourself out of the house, and you have to basically train your brain to look forward to this, which is weird and it's hard. But what always helped me, and maybe that will help you too, was something that I read. It's basically like a saying, okay? And it goes something like this: no matter how slow I am, no matter how little I get, I achieve in going out right now and doing this, I'm still better off than staying on the couch. I'm still doing something for my body, even if I just went for 20 minutes and I just walked slowly, because I can't do more, you know? So I did that, especially when I was still really, really big, and I felt so embarrassed to waddle up the hills of Jerusalem, and it was ridiculous, and probably nobody even noticed me. But for me, it was a big challenge that people see me like this, and be slow and be sweaty and breathing hard, and I was really embarrassed to do that. And every single time I told myself, I am doing something for myself, I'm taking charge of my life, and I'm actually better than staying on the couch. So that sort of gave me some comfort that, okay, it's maybe not a lot that I'm doing, but I'll improve. And in the meantime, I'm better than those people who don't get off the couch and, who just stay in that place. And one more tool I want to share with you, and there is so much more. So I think I might have to, as time goes on, make more videos about this. But there is one tool that I learned from Esther. And I remember that evening when she wrote that on the blackboard. So basically, imagine, maybe I can try to do like a graphic here. I don't know if I managed to do that while editing, but if you see something here coming up, then I did. Um, so she wrote on the blackboard like food, and then she drew like arrows from that word. And then she basically wrote words down there. And I copied that and I put that, I'll share it with you in a second. And I copied that down into my notebook, and I made a, a big, like a banner for me, and put it in my kitchen, because I needed to see that, because I needed to ask myself those questions when I put food in my mouth. So the first question is when. Basically, when are you eating, right? So imagine food, and then the first arrow, when. Okay. The second question is where. Where are you eating? Are you standing in front of the fridge? Are you eating in front of the television? Are you eating while you're running around and doing stuff and being totally distracted? Things like this. So when you're eating is basically the timing of the day, the amount of times that you have between your meals, because you have to make a plan. You cannot just wing it, especially when you're very new to the process. I can wing it, but I am still very prepared. I never go unprepared. Ever. I always have my healthy snacks with me. I always know when I will be eating my next meal and what it will be. And so it takes the panic away that, oh no, I'm gonna get hungry and then I need to eat more or something. Because I told you, this fat girl is like sitting right here, and it's super annoying and I want to just kick her out, but it's gonna take time. So you need to know when you're eating, and where you're eating, and what you're eating. I already touched up on this now. You need to know where your meals are coming from, right? You need to be prepared. You cannot just go into the day and not knowing, okay, so maybe I'll eat my breakfast at 11 because I could sleep in today. I mean, you can, of course, sleep in, but you need to know when your meals are and when the next meal after that is. You have to know that. You need to know how you're eating. That's the next thing that came down on that error. How you're eating. Are you sitting down? Are you eating from a nice plate? Do you put a candle next to your plate? Are you having a nice cup of coffee with what you're eating, or a cup of tea, or whatever you want to drink? The whole style and culture of eating, okay? This is very important because your eyes and your brain, everything will connect the experience of eating within you, okay? And it will manifest that this is a good experience, even if you maybe do not super like that super healthy food you're eating now. Okay, your brain will start to learn that this is a nice experience. So make sure you know how you're eating. The next super important point is how much. Portion sizes, girls, are so important. And maybe I have to do a video just about portion sizes, and I have something in the back of my mind what I want to do about that. You can let me know if you're interested in that. But portion sizes are so important, and just take a small plate. Take a small plate. Don't eat off a super huge plate. Take like a cake plate or something and fill it, because if this is super full, it's still less than using a big plate, right? So that helps. Eat with a small fork, eat with a small spoon. You don't have to feel like you're a toddler and you're eating with like baby cutlery and stuff like this forever, but just for that time till you get it, till your brain gets what's going on. That is such a helpful tool. So make sure you know and you see how much you're eating. You can also, for a while, maybe write down everything you're eating and be very precise. You can even weigh it. Don't go crazy, don't become obsessive. And I know what I'm talking about because I'm a very obsessive person and I've been there also. I've been like there and like everywhere. But write it down for a little bit, just so you see what you're actually eating, because you might not even be aware of how much you're eating. You might think, okay, so I had 3 slices of bread and I had some tuna. And what is some tuna? Is it 2 cans? Is it 1 can? Is it half a can? It makes a difference. So maybe just for a week or two, write down what you're eating to gain some awareness. And the last thing for today, because this is already getting too long, the last thing for today is why. Why are you eating? That is so important, and it's sort of the source of all evil. You have to find out what is within you, and that is basically where you have to face your worst enemy in your own soul. Why am I wanting to eat this right now? Is it because it is lunchtime and because I deserve to eat now because it is the right time and it is the right place? Or is it because I'm bored? Is it because I'm distracted? Is it because I'm sad? Is it because I'm overwhelmed? All of these things. So try to find out every single time you're eating and it's not mealtime. Ask yourself why you're eating and if you really want to go this way. Okay, that really helped me. So I did this banner for myself and I put it on my kitchen cabinet, and it was such a good reminder. And I also actually put down the number of kilos that I wanted to reach. And at that time, that was still like 40 kilos away, and it was super scary. But it reminded me that I have a goal, and this is my map to get there. And I hope that that it will help you too. And I really have to thank Esther again for giving me this tool, such a like a key to open a door that leads to a much better place. What I really should have told all those girls in that group that I was speaking to is basically that slogan that nothing tastes as good as being thin and normal weight and healthy feels. Yes, there are challenges now that I did not have before when I was fat, and there will always be challenges, but you just have to choose your battles, you know? Do you want to be fat? Do you want to have all of those challenges in your life? Or do you want the challenges of a thin person? My challenges are now that I have so much work and so many people want to do stuff with me, like work-wise, that I don't even know where to begin and how to get everything done together with my big family and all of these things. And it's amazing. And my life has kick-started, and I can't believe what's happening really. So this has brought so much blessing in my life. Yes, there are still challenges. And even now, like I told you, the fat girl is still sitting here and she is silent some days, but sometimes she is like really screaming in my ear. And and she's still there and I have to face her and I'm like slowly pushing her out. But it is a challenge and it is, you know, it is a process. It does not work one day to the next or even 1 year to the next, depending on how long you've been fat. Your brain is trained to being fat, and it is a challenge to train yourself that now this chapter is closed. Sorry, I just kicked my microphone. Um, so please maybe give it some thought. And I so hope that this video helped you along the way. I want to invite you to just watch this whole weight loss series in case you have not watched it yet, because I think it will give you encouragement and it will just show you where I've come from, because I've lost a lot. I've lost a whole person, basically. I hope that will help you and that you'll be blessed by this. And really, I want to really thank Esther again for what she has done for me, that she has always been there, even though she has not physically always been there, but she always gave me the feeling that if I'm panicking or if something is wrong, then, and I'm like about to binge or about to do something that I will regret, that I can always call her. And I really needed that. And you should find someone for yourself that can fill that place, that is there for you and will, you know, speak to you in that situation and draw your thoughts and your heart away from the food. If it's not mealtime, if it's from a sick place that you want to eat right now, you need someone to help you to get out of this place. So I've already been talking way too long. I know, I'm sorry, but this has to be said, and you know, you're here to listen. So so listen. Really, I just want to help you and want to just, you know, give you a helping hand here, because it works and there is hope, but you have it in your hands. You have to be the one who does it. There is nobody else who can do it for you. There are people who can help you along the way, but you are the one who has to actually take the steps to get it done. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, like and subscribe, and you can follow me on all my other social media. And please come back for my next video, which will probably online on Monday, which will be another wrapping tutorial. And if you have any questions, just ask away in the comment section, and you find all the information about my makeup and about everything that I want to share in the description box down below. So I hope you enjoyed, and I certainly did. You see that I'm very passionate about this topic, and I'm sure there will be more videos along, you know, along the way about this. So if you have questions about weight loss, just let me know, okay? And I will be happy to make a video and address your questions, if it's like specific questions, okay? Other than that, I just want to bless you. Have a very good day and go ahead and sparkle, no matter how heavy. You sparkle, because, you know, there is so much in you that needs to just sparkle. And up until next time, hugs and kisses. Bye.